Classes with Miss Brookie. Classes so much fun with Miss Brookie. Classes with Miss Brookie.
Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you had a wonderful spring break. And I loved your Easter crosses. Send them in, keep on doing that so we can all have a huge museum of artwork. I also love to see your different art pieces that you've been posting on Seesaw. Definitely share them with me. So today we're going to be drawing a sloth. So I thought this might be great because, sometimes when you're done with vacation, you're kind of sloth-like, where you just don't want to wake up and you kind of just want to do your own thing. So I decided, let's do a sloth this week. Okay, let's get creative. Okay, let's talk art materials and art mediums. So today we're going to use crayon, watercolor, markers, and of course a paintbrush and water, because we're going to use our trick again just like we did in the Easter crosses, and we're going to make a resist. Now if you have oil pastels, you can of course switch out oil pastels for crayons, and if you have watercolors, use those instead. If we were in the art studio, we'd be honestly using oil pastels and we'd be using watercolors, but since we're at home, we're going to just have to make do with what we have. First, and we of course need a piece of paper. What are we going to draw on? Not the table, right? And I always like to put an extra piece of paper underneath it so your beautiful tables don't get all messed up. It's not like we're in the art studio where anything goes. Okay, so we're going to start with our face and body of our sloth. We want our sloth not to be small like this. We're going to kind of make it big. And we're going to start with a letter, uppercase U. It's not going to be a regular U like this. It's going to be a fat U, okay? Ready? So I'm going to start about right here on my paper. So I have enough room for him to climb his branch. I'm going to come down, dip down, come all the way up over here. Awesome work. Now we're of course going to need his head. And his head is going to be, start about right here, and I'm going to make an oval. Well, it kind of looks like a one-eyed person right now, but we're going to change that. We're going to start by making a kind of like a bunny ear. Come down. And then I'm going to come and make a hump over on his head and make his other little arm, or her arm, whatever you want to make it. And then we're going to come out here and make his legs, another bunny shape. I'm going to come around, come up, and make his second leg. Awesome work. So we have kind of our shape. It looks kind of silly. Kind of looks like a llama, whale, dolphin. I don't even know what to describe this as, but it's going to turn out, I promise. So our next thing is we're going to make his little eye mask. So it just comes around. I love animals that have eye masks. They're kind of like raccoons or anything like that. And we're going to make the circles for his eyes. And this is where, of course, you can get your creativity and you like how you like it. I like to, of course, put the shinies in my eyes. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to come back and color with my black crayon or oil pastel, whatever you're using at this point. Now, I don't want my sloth to be cross-eyed. So to remember, to wear the eyes, if I put shinies, they need to be pointing the same direction. They don't want to be pointing together or we'd have a cross-eyed sloth. Now I need a cute little button nose for him. And of course I'm going to color that in. And this is, again, your creativity part coming in. And you can do a mouth how you like. I'm going to do him kind of like a smirk. He's like, hey, what's up? Now let's make his 3 toes. 1, 2. 1, 2, because that takes 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2. My niece was telling me sloths are one of her favorite animals. All kinds of good facts about sloths. Did you guys know that they come out down, I think she said once a week, down their trees to go to the bathroom? And they pretty much stay in the tree. They also can rotate their heads like an owl. They can do 300 degrees so they can look, so they can see predators. They also can swim if they have to. They'd rather not, it sounds like, they'd rather just be up in their tree. But if they have to, they will fall down and will be fine swimming in the river. Okay, so we now need to add some color and some branch and kind of cool thing to it. So I'm going to start by adding a little bit of fur around my sloth guy. And I'm just radiating kind of like a sun almost. And you can do this how you like. The point is this a realistic sloth? No. It is a cute sloth. And sometimes you just have to make cute animals, right? Some cartoony. Well, sometimes we make realistic. But I'm being honest that this is not as realistic as it could be. And since we're doing a resist, what's going to happen? When we put the watercolor over it, our fake watercolors, this is going to resist and say, hey, wait, I've been there first, guys. I'm the first one and I'm the crayon. So just think about that as you are doing your outlining and drawing. Of course, we need to be him hanging in his tree because that's where he lives. And I'm not going to go across his hand, so we're going to do our hops. We're going to hop to this part. Hop, hop, hop. Maybe I want this to come down like this. Cannot be a tree branch. So you can be hanging on, being cool, enjoying life. And then I kind of want to maybe make some lines to make it more like a realistic tree. I might add some more fur going around. I keep on coming back and adding things, and that's kind of how, we do. I'm going to make kind of a background where there's just cool leaf shapes, and this can be, again, your creativity, how you like. I'm going to just do a leaf coming up like this. But of course, I want to kind of make it highlighted, so I am going to add that middle part to it. Maybe a cool leaf coming down. Of course, the middle. Maybe I want some veins on this one. Maybe a cool frond. I'm trying to think of any other cool facts she told me about some sloths. She wrote a whole paper on it. I read it, and it was super interesting. I've seen sloths. My brothers held a sloth. I held a kikachu, but not a sloth, when we went to the aquarium, which was pretty cool. Okay, so we have kind of our bases of what we're going to be doing. But now we're going to add some background colors and anything we're going to do with crayon first. Because again, this is our first layer is crayon. Second layer is going to be our markers, and then we're going to do our fake watercolors with water. So now I'm going to use this, and I'm going to just kind of do some cool dots. You can't really see that one, so I'm going to use a darker color. Oh, I forgot that was loud on there. Sorry, guys. I'm out of practice. Spring break, sometimes it's hard to get back. And I'm just kind of making some cool different dots, and I might come back and do some highlights with it. Let's see. I thought it was really cool that they could swim. I didn't know that. Because I thought they would be kind of like primates and monkeys, and a lot of primates and monkeys don't like to swim. That's why when you go to the zoo, they're in an island because they're so afraid to leave that island that they don't want to swim. So cool facts. If you have a cool fact about a sloth or your favorite animal, definitely send them my way. I love to learn about different animals, different ways. I'm just adding, again, some background leaf colors because this is going to pop out when we do our watercolors. Okay, so I kind of have that going. Now I'm going to do some highlights and colors maybe now on my leaves. And I want this one to be a green, just a green leaf. So I'm going to come out and maybe do some veins with the green. And if I want anything to pop, I'm going to go around it. That's all I have to remember. Kind of want to make some leaf colors right here. And this is up to you. Artist choice, okay? Because I don't want to see just like my copy of what I'm doing. I want to see what you guys are doing. Okay, now I'm going to make this one an orange and kind of red one. So we're going to highlight it with some red, Papa Red, guys. Okay. And then I'm going to do this in the same one. So kind of they're friends. Now it is time to use our markers. Now you have to remember, these markers are going to be our highlights and things. It's how we're going to make our beautiful, wonderful, awesome watercolors. So I'm going to start with the sloth man. And I'm just going to go over this part. So I want this to be highlighted, and then I want this to be lighter. So I'm just going to push gently those colors when I start, okay? So just think about that. I want to go over my lines to highlight, which means just emphasize that part. I'm going to go around all of him. And don't forget, that black will still pop with the crayon. I'm not used to using crayon. I was telling in kindergarten this when I was working with them that I have not used crayons in a long time. So this is new for me. So I am enjoying doing something different, and I hope you guys are too, because we don't normally honestly use crayons a lot in art. Since you guys got older, I'd rather use different art mediums because you guys are pros at art. And anytime, again, you can pause me if I'm going too fast or if you need to take a break. Just don't be like a sloth, guys. Come back to me. I'm trying to, let's see, there it goes. I want to add, because I want this to be darker than this part, so I'm going to just add maybe some more highlights. Maybe I want some fur to be highlighted, so I'm going to just come down and do some fur down here. Maybe some fur down here. You notice how I'm still, like we talked about it, I'm going curving my lines. I don't want my lines to be flat. I'm going to curve these up too, because this will just add some more 3D dimension to it. Now, since I have to use just the watercolor markers, I'm going to color this whole thing brown, because I want this to be darker than our sloth. And then I'm going to add black, so it can be highlighted a little bit. So I'm going to come and color this whole thing. I want it to look different, a different brown color than our slothy. There we go. Rocky's kind of being a sloth today. He woke me up at 3 a.m. this morning, so we're kind of not on great terms. Do your dogs ever do that? It just makes your day kind of crazy. So we're gonna now highlight that tree with the black, and I'm again trying to be a little bit softer when I drop things, because the microphone somehow picks up that, but sometimes not my voice. Who knows why? Okay, so now I'm going to do the leaves. I'm going to come back and highlight. I'm always leaving the middle kind of empty. Okay, I'm going to do my one over here. Just adding some color to it. And I kind of want to, I don't know, I'm going to be kind of fancy. And I want to use some yellow inside this. Ooh, you know what? That might be a cool way to make this lighter. Let's add some yellow. Let's see what that does when we start it, okay? Who knows? And you don't have to do that part. I just thought maybe it could turn out cool. Okay, and then I'm going to add some yellow to this guy over here. And let's add some red and orange to this color. There we go. Let's see. And add some orange to that. A little bit of good mixing of our colors. Great things about sloths are, I think they're kind of fun, kind of something different. We don't see sloths a lot. I'm kind of missing Heathwood and habitat, but we definitely don't have a sloth in our habitat. Okay, now we're going to do our background. I need to do, I'm going to do a blue. I wish I had an aqua marker. If you do, that might turn out pretty. And if you have watercolors, again, just watercolor this up, guys. You don't even have to do the marker part. Just remember the colors, and if you want something lighter when you use the watercolors, remember you can mix colors, or you can always use more water to make it light. And the darker, the more paint you have on your brush will make it darker. I'm going to come up here. I'm going to make sure I have all my blue. I think he might be happy in a blue. I don't want it to be raining on him, guys, right? Okay, so now it's our fun part of, just like when we did our crosses, or if you didn't do your cross, that's okay. And this is new to you, I'll still explain it. We just have to make sure when we're wetting it that we're not pushing down hard, because that will tear our paper, because we don't have watercolor paper. And I'm going to just start wetting the paper and pushing the color. Now don't give up, because you see, like, you can see the lines and you're like, yeah, it's not really working. The more water you add, the more you push the color, the more it's going to work. Okay, try not to clean that either, because that was really loud on the videos. Keep on going. I'm trying to see. My niece, like I said, she sent me some really cool information. I'm going to see if I can remember another one. They are say so still that fungus, actually, she said, grow on them, which is really gross, but good for them. They would definitely be fine and not going to school. They would be like, oh, I'll just stay home in my pajamas all day, which I do not like. I like to get dressed and get ready to do stuff. I miss my Heathwood time. Okay. I'm still adding some water. Let's see, it locked itself back. Let's get into another really cool one. Oh, they said baby three-toed sloths hang on their mothers like they are on a jungle gym. It's kind of cool. Let's see, they're great swimmers. They live in rainforests. They love to live in the jungle canopy, well, obviously. And she said they eat rubber leaves, and it takes them a long time to digest it. That's why they're so slow, because they don't have a lot of calories in that. So that's why when you're slowing down, I was like, go and eat something. You gotta eat your lunch so you can make it through the school day. You don't want to be like a sloth because they don't have enough calories. They kind of just are done after something. Okay, I'm gonna come up here now since I'm using this brown and kind of mix my darker brown color. Here we go. And see how it's a lot darker, which is what we wanted. We wanted this to be a way different color than our sloth man. Okay, I'm still adding color. I'm still not happy with the color, so I'm still making it and pushing it and pulling it. And you can always go back. Now, again, I'm just going to come and do the leaves. And if you notice, since we are using watercolor paper, it does bleed onto the other colors, which I think actually turns out pretty cool. You might have noticed that when you were doing your crosses. It kind of makes a tie-dye look. Just keep on adding that water to it without pushing down. Okay, that's the big hint I have for y'all. Don't push down. Kind of be patient with it, and it will work. Okay, now the background, and we'll be done. We'll have our sloth. And there we go. And again, y'all, no one has sent me any cool ideas for our theme song for our cool art studio show. So I'm using my niece again because I think it's pretty cool when she plays the ukulele, just like Mrs. Busby does. But I want you guys to have some input to it. So if you have any ideas, you don't even have to sing it. If you think, hey, maybe you should say it in this way or do it in this way, send it along to me. And I was going to tell you, you can always get your parents to email me your work, or now we're actually posting on the art page, and I think your parents are getting an email about that. So I would love to see what you're doing. And this doesn't have to be the only art you're doing throughout the week. I hope you're doing art every day. It could be just sketching, drawing, making sculptures, going outside and enjoying, and maybe drawing something you see outside, anything like that. Okay, so I'm still spreading around my blue, but I'll stop so you don't have to see this. I had a great time making the sloth. I cannot wait to see what y'all's look like. So send them along. Make them your own. You can make eyelashes. Do what you want with your sloth. Be creative. Okay, see you next week. And don't forget the challenge, guys. Okay? Bye.